Okay, it's been a day. It's been a long day, a very stressful day. If you watched my earlier video, Birders, the Donna Andrews book, Make Mine So. I mentioned that my cat, my senior citizen cat, he's 18, and he had some seizures yesterday, some very, very bad seizures yesterday. So we hightailed it to the vet at the crack of dawn, because we thought he was dead. We absolutely thought he was dead. And then about 5 hours after the final seizure, which was really, really bad, he was foaming at the mouth. And he was like this with all 4 paws. So about 5 hours after that, he decided he'd had enough, and he was getting up and he was walking around. He walked around for a couple of hours, just kept walking and walking and walking. And then he got his stuff back and he ate an entire plate of food. He had a few accidents around the place. In the morning when we woke up, he was like, feed me, I want food, I want water. But we went running over to the vet, and she couldn't find anything wrong with him. But they did put him on seizure meds. So we'll see what happens. He is diabetic. So he's walking around and walking around and walking around and drinking and walking around and drinking and walking around and drinking. For an hour, that's what he did. Round trip the house, water dish. Round trip the house, water dish. Don't know. But anyways, sorry. This is Flashback Monday. This is the D. Louise Book Series channel. It's Christina KRESLEY. And I don't even forgot my glasses. So just a second here. Way back when, there was this fantastic, absolutely fabulous book review magazine. And unlike the ones today that have like 20, maybe 20, this had over 200 book reviews in it. It was my Bible back then. Lived and breathed by this book. So, in June of 2007, let's see now. I might do a couple of these. I'm experimenting. I'm trying to learn these things. But my learning got interrupted by seizures. So, I should have brought the whole thing. Okay. Here's the whole thing. Okay. But the book I bought this month, Gideon Frank, this was book 2 of the series, of the Nightwalkers. And here we go. These were the others. But for this purpose, where you going? Where you going? Come here. Where you going? This is Mr. How does he look? Does he look drunk? Has he had too much water? Wow, you look a little puffy there, Sinatra. Are you okay? We need to clean your collar. His collar is loose, so it hangs in the food when he... You okay? There he is. You okay? He just walked over and fell. So how you doing? So anyway, where was he? Oh yes. Gideon. They're called the Night Walkers, proud ancient beings who lived in the shadows, existing just beyond the human world. But there are also dangerous humans who hunt them, necromancers who use the blackest magic to manipulate them. For a demon named Gideon, the battle against these evil forces will soon be all too personal. For 1,000 years, Gideon has healed his people, and as the oldest surviving male of his race, his wisdom has always been respected without question. But Gideon, knowing that even he is vulnerable to the powerful primitive desires that befall his kind during hollow moons. And 9 years ago, the truth was hammered home when he found himself claiming Magdalene, the Demon King's sister. In a wild embrace, horrified by the fact of his control, he left her wanting and furious, then exiled himself for the better part of a decade. Now that the necromancer is threatening his people and Magdalene and nearly their victim, Gideon must face another truth. He and the beautiful, stubborn Magdalene are destined to be together, to share a love as deep and old as time itself. But he needs to regain her trust. Then he'll save her life. You want to go down? Sorry. And Gideon, Jacob, and Elijah, and there's a few more. There's I just dropped them all. But Damien, and Rapture, and Noah, and Stealing Catherine, Ecstasy, Elijah, Pleasure, Hunting Julian, and Seduce Me in Dreams. But we will get to these at another point. But, so, that was Gideon. And second here, I just love this magazine. I can read this magazine forever. The top 5 Joe in Regent's historical romances in the pink. So we've got Joe Beverley, Lady Beware. 4.5 stars. They say this new novel is delightful vintage Beverly who continues her Rogue series with a fast-paced, unforgettable, wickedly sensual romance. With her talent for intelligent plotting, finely tuned dialogue, and heartwarming emotions, she brings readers a tale of bravery, honor, trust, and the magic of love. And it says, for generations, the Cave family has been marked by scandal, madness, and violence. But after earning a reputation for bravery and loyalty in the army, Horatio Cave, the new Viscount Darren, has come home to charm London society and restore the family name. He means to start with the lovely Thea Debenham. The magnetism between Thea and Lord Darren is immediate and in rapture. Thea knows that there's no innocent flirtation, but can she trust the dark, sassy, vile Viscount? Check it out. And I couldn't find The Devil Who Tamed Her of Johanna Lindsey. I know I have it. And that got 4.5 stars too. Johanna Lindsey always swept readers away into a world of scorching, sensual, and wild adventure and captive romances. In this take on The Taming and the Shrew, she turns her talents to a less heated but more poignant love story delving into character motivation. So, let's see. The spin-offs of The Heirs begins. So this was another series. See, I'm a serious person. When Lady Ophelia Reed, who's pretty as an angel but as a heart as cold as ice, calls off a wedding to Raphael Locke, the future Duke of Northwood's best friend. When Raphael sees her crying quietly over a friend's insult, he believes she's not quite as untamable as she seems. He accepts a wager to turn her into a gentle lady, but to do so, he'll have to kidnap her like a hellion, unearth the reasons for her anger, and show her how to control her temper. Ooh. And, Sins of a Duke. Susan Enoch. Sebastian Griffin, the Duke of Melbourne, has raised his youngest siblings to it that they made correct matches and basically kept everyone in line. Seen as the most powerful man in England, Sebastian has a reputation for propriety and has maintained a scandal-free life until now. Joselina Katrina Embry is a beauty to be sure, but she has claims to be the princess of a faraway country. While she dazzles the tongue with her wit and charm, Sebastian suspects she's up to something, and he's determined to expose her, if only he wasn't so distracted by her brazen sexuality. Ooh. Alright. I'm gonna do. Alright. So then, I might do a few shorts on the historicals, because there was the top 5: Joe Beverley, Lady Beware; Anita Burt, A Very Difficult Man; Cynthia Breeding, My Noble Knight; Gail Kalin, The Viscount in Her Bedroom; Kelsey Kroll, If You Deceive. I'm going to try and do a short. I don't know if it'll be successful in that. I've still got to deal with. Hello. His mother she had a brain tumor. We didn't know at its time, but she never meowed. She'd walk around and go, hello, hello. That's what she did. The top 5 mainstream fictions was Jeanette Baker, Chesapeake Summer; Adrian Bergen, 9 Months in August; Nadine Najin, Fashion Me Late. I want to see if I can do this. I probably can't, but I'm going to try. Inspirational. I am going to try this. It's not going to work, but I'm going to try it. Science fiction. Mystery and thriller. Okay. Oh, I don't know how I missed this one. Sabrina Jeffries, Beware of Scots Revenge. This is another series. It's book 3. Lady Vanita Campbell's visit to her childhood home in Scotland takes a dramatic turn when she's kidnapped at pistol point by her father's sworn enemy, Sir Lachlan Ross, is widely feared in his guise as the Scottish Scourge, but Vanetta remembers her former neighbor as a handsome youth whose attention she craved. Now a wickedly sexy man, Lachlan's appeal is more intoxicating and more dangerous. Though Lachlan tries to treat her as his foe, his scorching kisses tell another story. Secondhand him. And despite his plan to use her as a weapon against her father, Vanetta is determined that Lachlan's lust revenge will be trumped even more by his powerful desire. Okay, now, thrillers, and we will be doing this series. This is another one of the series that I will be doing. Captain Coulter, Double Takes, Sherlock and Shavik. The police are convinced that Julia Ransom is guilty of brutal murder of her husband, renowned psychic August Ransom, but after 6 months of investigation and media frenzy, she is free of their scrutiny because of the lack of evidence. One afternoon, she walks from her Pacific Heights home to Fisherman's Wharf alone, unwatched, and she realizes happy. Standing at the rail on Pier 39, she savors the sounds around her, tourists, countless seals on the barges, and for a moment enjoys the sheer normality of it all. It suddenly comes to an end when a respectable-looking man distracts her with conversation before striking her unconscious and leaving her heaving her over the rail into San Francisco Bay. If it weren't for Special Agent Chenny Stone, Julia would have drowned. We will do this series. My other favorite section was Urbans, and we haven't gotten to this one yet. I got to do Dance Macabre first, and then we'll do this one, the Harlequin. The mask. Those who should not be named. Those who should not be named. Malcolm, head of the Vampire Church of Eternal Life, is no particular friend to Anita Blake, so when he shows up in her office to ask her for her help against creatures so feared that no vampire will willingly speak their name, Anita is surprised, but she believes him. Malcolm may not be a master of the city, but he's an old and powerful vampire. I won't tell you that the Dance Macabre starts the sex in the series. This continues the sex in the series. The Breed. Crimson, Adrian. He comes to her more dead than alive, a towering black-clad stranger riddled with bullets and rapidly losing blood. As she struggles to save him, veterinarian Tess Culver is unaware that the man calling himself Dante is no man at all, but one of the Breed vampire warriors engaged in a desperate battle. In a single erotically charged moment, Tess is plunged into a world-shifting shadow place where bands of rogue vampires stalk the night, cutting a swath of terror. We've started this. We did this. We did the first two. If you like shoes, if you like Louis Vuittons, and if you can throw away all your vampire normal stuff and just go with the flow, this is the series for you. She cares more about shoes and fashion than anything else. It's funny. It's cute. In the days leading up to the big day, Vampire Queen Betsy Taylor seems to have a full house, and the wedding guests have yet to arrive. Along with her human buddies, there's a ghost, a werewolf, and a fiend crashing at her place. And though her fiancé, vampire Eric Sinclair, conveniently disappears when the conversation turns to seating charts and flower arrangements, he does manage to make his oh so sexy presence known at other moments. Undead and Uneasy. And the last book, little dusty, Master of the Dragons. In her youth, fairy princess Nivera Morrow, engaged in magic and evil forces, rendered her an often isolated and incapable of trusting in anyone's survival, but after years of hiding on Earth, she attracts attention with her own powers once more from more knights than she can handle. Those were the olden days. So you've got to check them out. And those are my picks that I bought back in June. Bought all those books. Actually, I bought more. I probably bought 20 or 30 books a month back then, maybe even more than that. So that was Flashback Monday. And don't forget Friday, if I can make it. I'm not sure. It's kind of tentative at this point. Star Trek Next Generation Part 2, both Best of Both Worlds, the Borg. And I have a whole bunch of comments about the Borg, because this is not Seven of Nine's Borg. This is clean, shiny, aluminum Borg. It's just different. I want my 7 of 9 Borgs. And my question out to everybody was, and I'll probably do it again. Instead of having Hanson and Shelby come in to Star Trek Enterprise, have Captain Janeway time travel back and have 7 of 9 travel back in time and give the Enterprise their knowledge and see how they rewrite the episode using those two people's knowledge and see how much better the Enterprise fares with the board. And Flashback Mondays, I try and do a book review every day. It's been difficult the past couple of days with the cat, like I previously mentioned, but I really need you to like and subscribe. Okay, please. Over 300 videos, and if y'all could like a few it would be appreciated. So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying Flashback Monday. Cool beans. Thank you.